The Board of Mayor and Aldermen of Cumberland City met in regular session on Thursday, September 7th, 2023 at City Hall. All members were present. Also in attendance was City Recorder Kristen Mathis, Chief Smith, Levi Page with the Stewart County Standard, Tina Ramsey with Stewart County Streaming, also several city residents, also Josh Bradley with True Local Beats. Mayor Vaughn called the meeting to order at 5:18 after the close of a public hearing and called the reading of August meeting minutes. They were approved on a motion by Gunson, second by Milliken. No unusual expenses were reported. First on the agenda was Ordinance 2024-03, Industrial District Meat Products. Mayor Vaughn asked for a motion on a second reading of Ordinance 2024-03. Gillen made a first motion, no second was made. Mayor Vaughn stated that there would be no second motion, denied on a second. Mayor Vaughn said he had never had this happen before, so I don't know what will it be. We will have to discuss this with MTAS. Mayor Vaughn stated, I don't know if it has died at the second. Next, Mike Perigo, Public Works Director, came before the board and asked about funds to purchase a new lawnmower. He stated to the board that the mower that we currently have is 20 years old. He said that he had gotten 3 different quotes for different lawnmowers, all quotes coming in about $9,000. After a short discussion, a motion was made by Gunson, second by Gillum. A roll call vote was made. All members approved. Next, Recorder Mathis spoke to the board regarding the city's computer server. She stated that local government had reached out to her. The current server in place will be out of Microsoft security as of October 23. A quote from LGC was $9,700. After a short discussion, a motion was made by Milliken, second by Gunson. A roll call vote with all members approved. Chief of Police Rick Smith came before the board and informed them that the violent crime grant had been signed and the department was able to spend the funds. He reminded the board that the grant was 100% reimbursed. The Recorder Mathis stated she just needed the board's approval in order to spend the monies to be reimbursed. A motion was made by Milliken, second by Gunson. Melissa Dunlap wanted to make the board and the public aware of her and her family was starting a petition to change the name of Congress Street to honor David Dunlap Sr. Recorder Mathis did state that in 2006, the naming of the roads in Cumberland City was delegated to the Stewart County 911 system. If there was any name change in the city on a city road, it would have to go before the Stewart County 911 system. Mayor Vaughn wanted to go on record and say to name the new park at the old school building once it is torn down after David Dunlap. He always supported the Easter egg hunts, and I would certainly like to see the council do that. Next was the W.T. Thomas School Building. Recorder Mathis had given the members an audit from the insurance provider PEP. The audit asked that the city board up all ground level windows and doors. The cost was approximately $3,000. A motion was made by Gunson, second by Milliken. A roll call vote. All members approved. Recorder Mathis wanted to update the board on the storm damage to the lift station off Main Street. The damage was about $7,000. She stated that she was working with insurance and should be reimbursed. Next, Kayla Mincing and Maddie Houston with the Park and Rec came before the board and asked for $1,448 purchase approval for the Fall Festival. Motion made by Gunson, second by Gillum. A roll call vote was made. All members approved. Maddie Houston just wanted the approval for a trunk or treat on October 31st. At the tennis court, also November 11th for a cakewalk, and at the fire hall, also December 3rd, 23 for tree lighting. Motion was made by Milliken, second by Gunson. Lastly, Scott Brown with property on Congress Street said he came to the meeting to see about getting approval for the water from Erin. Mayor Vaughn stated that he could set up a date and time to talk with him and Mike Perigo. After a short discussion, Mayor Vaughn called for other business. None was brought forth. The motion to adjourn was made by Gunson, second by Milliken. Meeting adjourned at 5:46.
You heard the reading of the minutes. If there's no additions or corrections, do I hear a motion to accept it as read?
I make a motion to accept.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, motion carries. I'll give you unusual expenses.
No, sir.
New business, ordinance 2024-03. We do have to have another motion and a second and a roll call vote on the second reading according to MTAS.
I make a motion.
MTS says it has to be.
Has to be a second and a roll call vote.
So who seconds it?
Huh? It'll have to be seconded by,
And if it's not,
it'll be brought up again. And it's still alive until it is voted and second.
so it can be brought up every 30 days?
Yes, sir. And it's got to be voted up or down, whichever way. We gonna have to do it.
It's not dead on the vine.
No, it's not dead on the second. It would have been on the first reading, but it was a motion and a second, and they say we have to come and have a roll call vote. If anybody wants to abstain, they can abstain. But it has to be a roll call vote.
I have a question on that. We can't
I'm
take
sorry
questions.
that we had that last month for anybody to go through that.
But I can ask you questions.
Yes, sir, you can.
So I still don't understand, from all of my legal advice, what I had as well too, I don't understand why the second
He
is not
said-
dead. Even if you do another second, really all you're doing is bringing it up again, and it would have to go back to the first because you're after 30 days.
It doesn't go back to the first reading, no. The first reading is still here according to Gary Jacob with the MTAG. I don't make the rules. I've been enforced or asked to enforce them, but I don't make the rules. And it's not me, don't shoot the messenger.
My question is how you're blatantly going against something this community wants.
I can't,
So I don't know how to vote then.
well,
If you can't tell me your reason and logic behind it when all your community wants it, how can I vote one way or the other?
I don't say that all the community wants it, I don't.
You don't think the majority does?
We have people that comes in here that, and makes, and they're allowed to make it, but they don't vote on city issues.
Understand, I'm talking about city employees, city people,
Yeah.
city people only.
Yeah,
You
city,
don't think the majority?
no, sir. And again, don't shoot the messenger.
You're
She's
still avoiding my
contacted
question.
him and she's talked to him. Don't shoot the messenger. Wanda made a motion here. Do I hear a second?
So if we don't second it, it comes up next month as well. We have to
Yes,
do
sir,
this
it's
again.
gonna come up
So we'll just keep doing this over and over every month until we get a second?
we'll have to, sir, and it's still alive, and it's not it's not me, it's MTAS.
All of my legal says that you're wrong.
Well,
I'm just telling
he's
you what I'm
illegal.
saying.
Well,
Don't blame me, I'm just the messenger.
well, he is the legal for us, and he has talked to the state lawyers. So if this comes about, it'll be a lawsuit, I'm assuming. And you're welcome to bring it up. You said you're legal, but I'm telling you what he has told me. And again, don't shoot the messenger.
If I knew this was 100% right. Huh. So can you make a second?
No, sir, I cannot make a motion and I cannot second a motion. No, sir.
And then if we make a motion to second it, and then the reading fails, it'll just go away. We won't vote on this next month.
No, sir. It's got to be a motion and a second and a roll call vote.
So we need a majority for the roll call.
A roll call vote.
Okay. I will second it then.
Motion and second. A roll call vote, please.
Sure.
No.
Gil,
No.
Gunson? Gillum? Milligan?
No.
Vaughn?
Yes. 2-3. It's over.
On that behalf, thank you, Alex. I was having a hard time then. I make a motion for this not to ever be brought up for a minimum of 24 months. I make a motion.
I second it.
Motion and a second.
I don't want to lose it.
I don't, and again, this'll have to be them. I don't know how it can be put on some, it's
I made a
either
motion for
or.
24 months. And you
Again,
got a second.
I'll have to discuss this with MTAF.
You've got a motion and a second.
Motion and a second.
So we can't bring this up for 2 years.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Short?
Yes.
Gunson?
Yes.
Gillum? Milligan?
Yes.
I abstain.
Did you,
Fair enough.
what was your,
But
okay.
I will, I'll have to go before them because there's nothing, I'll bring that back next month to us.
That's been voted on.
Again, I don't know if
And
we're
passed
legal.
by
I don't know
roll
if
call
we're legal to have it, cause it's voted out,
It's,
Eric, it's voted down.
I agree. And can't be brought up for 2
No,
years now.
no, sir, the first time.
So
but
you ready to
again-
go to the next ordinance?
Pardon me?
Next ordinance?
Yes, sir, but I'll bring that back, but I don't want us to do nothing illegal here.
Oh, by no means. I agree with
No.
that 100%.
Don't do nothing illegal. Ordinance 2404 on the budget amendment.
This was what we talked about last month. We are gonna have to do this last month, kinda, I was gonna try to make it our first reading, but we're gonna have to do it again, because I have to have a public hearing, because it's over the budget.
Right.
So I'll call for a public hearing next week, or next month. I wanna let you guys know, I got the server down from 97 to 78.97.
Oh, that's nice.
We, for some reason, at local government had another computer that we were being charged for. Don't know where it is, don't know anything about it. Whenever they brought me my papers and sent me all the thing in it, I said, what is this
A
server? We only
service
have,
fee or backup or what?
he doesn't know what it was. And I said, it was like $500 a month. So he went ahead and gave us a discount on this server for us not, because I didn't know what it was, and I can't say.
Police department?
It was a fourth computer that we don't have. Police department's not hooked to local government. I only have 3 computers. I have my server computer, my computer, and the city clerk's computer. Don't know where the 5th one was. So, with that being said, he told us he can get it down to $7,897 from the 97. So I said that was fine.
Absolutely.
I wanted to set 2. We had enough in the budget. I talked with John Poole and everything with our audit last time. I kind of spoke to him with what we're doing. I had enough with this year's budget to go ahead and do the school build without doing a budget amendment. With it being as little as it's not little. It's a $3,000, but I don't have to make a budget amendment on it. So I just needed a budget amendment for the server, Mike's lawnmower. The Mike's lawnmower ended up being $8,650. So.
Motion.
Second it.
It being money, let's have a roll call vote.
Bert,
Yes.
Gunson,
Yes.
Gillum,
Yes.
Milligan,
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes. Halloween candy. How much money?
I know it's gone up. I bought some the other day.
Yeah, do you have an idea?
It's about $21 a bag.
Yeah, but do you know how much we'll need is what I'm asking. We got a rough idea?
Now, is this Parks and Rec or Fire?
No,
This is
City.
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 This is for the police department.
no, police department is fire department.
Both, I split it.
Oh, okay.
Last year we ran out of candy, and I know for sure I probably bought 6 or 7 big bags from Sam's, and they're about $20 a piece.
So you saying?
And I did spend
think it was
$200
like
last year. I spent $200
year.
last year.
Run out of candy like early?
I ran out of candy from bags, and they had to. Jason had to go get more candy from the dollar store, and we got a bag from David that was donated or left
So
over.
if we doubled that, that should be
I
400?
think so. I would say, and if I don't have to spend all that, then
I make a motion for 400.
I second it if you need it, if you don't, you just don't.
Not to
Not to
exceed.
Not to
Oh.
exceed.
not to
Yeah.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Short,
Yes.
Gunson,
Yes.
Gillum,
Yes.
Milligan,
Yes.
Vaughn.
Yes. 2023 property tax.
I just wanted to let you guys aware that 2020, so I just have some figures here. 2022's property taxes, grand total was $170,045. We were down $20,218.36 from 21. This year's property overall taxes is going to be $157,753.44, and that's down $12,303.96 from last year.
My first thought here, it's a good thing we're looking for new revenue.
But I was just letting you guys aware. So we're down, last year we were down 20,218. This year we're down another 12.
So with continuing a drop in what, roughly 12%? And on inflation, we're
Property,
about,
the number of people still here, but people are
It's-
getting older and
It's
getting
personal.
leave.
that's right.
And
Yeah.
it's personal property. Our property taxes, the actual parcels are fine.
Yeah.
Personal property that
Personal
we're
property.
losing, what we're losing.
So if we don't bring in some type of revenue, how do we continue to self-sustain as a city? My thought.
You go up on it.
Yeah, there you go. That's the answer.
That's what.
You'll
well,
be real
that's-
popular as mayor as that.
Well, that's what Washington's doing to all of them.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. She wanted to bring that forward.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know some numbers that we did
Appreciate it.
last year.
We, the Bradford building, you see, nothing has been, there was a gentleman sighted over there yesterday, and, he said that he was looking at it, see if anything could be salvaged.
It was
We
a
had-
contractor.
Yeah, and, we don't know who for or what, and, we've gone all but 2 months now and have not heard from the parties. I'm asking y'all, if we don't hear something in the next couple of weeks, do y'all have a problem with us going to a lawyer and seeing what we can get done with this over here?
I for sure think we should, yes.
Which, I mean, we have the lawyer and all to do it, but, hopefully she'll be back to work here in a few days. She fell in her kitchen and broke her back. But like I said, we don't, they purchased this building and it fell 3 days after they purchased it. But we hadn't heard anything wrong. Anything else come before the
So
board?
I'd like to know what Mr. Brown and how their water situation that they had turned out on Conger. He was coming here looking for water.
We've let him know the stipulations that's out there, and part of his property is in Stewart County and part of it is in Houston County.
I understand it. How did that turn out?
We're still in limbo. He's got to decide what he's got to do. The code says anything 5 acres or more, he can have water. But anything under 5, he's gonna have fire protection. So, he's been informed of that. And part of his property, like I said, all of it is not in the city limits to 5 acres. It's in Houston County, some of it is. so.
And then on the other business, we're looking at, getting rid of the school. The grant seems to be approved and signed and just waiting on the monies.
We still got the board,
And so,
the windows up like they've asked us to.
Yeah.
Through insurance.
yeah, I understand that part. I'm just saying, so maybe we get the money, maybe we get it spring or whatever. But also on that, don't we have to come up with 50,000?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have any kind of, we've been concentrating on trying to figure out where
I
that's coming
hope,
from?
I hope we'll have it. We should have it. But
In-
it'd be
in our
nice
budget
if
now?
Anybody would,
I'll have to have a budget amendment.
Huh? Have to have a budget amendment, right?
yeah, oh yeah, we'll have
But
to have
we
budget
have to.
amendment on it,
Yeah,
but we just have to, when it comes about,
okay.
we don't need to be changing any yet. I just hope it all goes through. Hope it all goes
It's,
through.
from everything I know of, it is signed and sealed. It's just the government waiting on the funding for that.
We're still waiting on, everything's been approved for all of
Mhm.
our funding that we asked for the sewer and water,
And that was about 600, correct?
a little over eight,
A little over 8.
a little over eight.
I have one more thing.
All right.
Already. If I can, just wanna let you guys know, Tahoe was totaled. So we're gonna have to, be looking for a new vehicle, police cruiser. The rehab on that police cruiser is gonna be $53,185. That was our total rehab that we're gonna be receiving for the vehicle, so that's a
Yeah,
good, you know.
53?
And Rick just wanted me to ask you guys and get an approval on it. So right now, he's been talking with other police officers and chiefs. Right now, Dixon City PD is going to be getting some new police cruisers, and he has got approval, with y'all's approval, to piggyback on Dixon. If they get on the top of the list to get, because right now, vehicles are hard to find.
Sure.
We're on a waiting list, you know, we're only getting one. Cities that are getting 10 or 20 are gonna be more apt to get theirs before we get our one. But Dixon City has said that if we get approval from you guys, and he got it from his people that he has to
To
go through for the
piggyback
impact,
with.
to
I
piggyback,
think it's a great idea.
And, or if we can't do that, there are admin trucks that Rick, as a city chief, can be approved for with y'all's approval.
Say that one more time?
Admin vehicles, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the safety regulated, if I'm saying this right.
Mhm.
But what he would do is give his truck to Zach, and he has to drive it because he's the chief.
Yeah,
It would still be a police cruiser. He'd be able to do arrests and do everything like he still would, but it wouldn't be the safety regulated. But with our insurance, as long as that was Rick's
vehicle.
vehicle, he's the admin, so
The
he
chief,
can drive it.
the
Yes,
chief.
the
The only
chief.
problem with that is, well, you wouldn't be able to hand that down in
Yeah.
tiers later on if you'd done that. I'd rather be the piggybacking on a capability of being able to service either officer.
Okay.
I'd rather do that. I'm not saying I'm totally against the other if we
He's
can't
just
find
trying to
nothing
get
else.
a, yeah,
I
he's just
know.
trying to get a vehicle fast.
I'd rather do the piggybacking if we could figure out how to do that. My personal opinion.
And I think Rick liked that idea too.
Okay.
Just because you can't service both officers, if something else comes up, they would be able to drive either or.
I'll make a second motion.
Okay.
if you need a motion.
Was your first then?
Yes, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
You have a motion and a second? Let's have a roll call vote in case it's any extra money, or we don't have to be waiting.
Short,
Yes.
Gunson,
Yes.
Gillum, Milligan.
Yes.
Spawn.
Yes, motion carried. Anything else? I hear you.
Did you have anything?
Yeah.
He was gonna adjourn, so I just wanted to make sure.
I wasn't ready for that.
She just came in, I didn't have time to put her on the agenda, I apologize.
Surprise. So with our event last year, oh my goodness. Last month, we profit $1,000, $1,012.09. For it being a rainy day was pretty good. We wanted to ask, Park and Rec wanted to ask if we could get a budget of $550 for the trunk or treat, for signs to be made for down here and leading up to the tennis court, which we'd be able to use those for all events. And possibly renting a light for the middle of the tennis court for the night.
The
So-
what now? You get-
Renting a light, like a portable light.
Like a generator, power light?
Yeah.
Yeah, like a.
So there's more lighting up there for the trunk or treat event.
Would you be gaining from renting that light? Because you're not gonna make a profit off of that. It's all gonna be going out.
Right. We wouldn't be gaining.
So 550 is with the light?
Yeah, that's just a rough, like a rough amount, yes.
That's to rent the light is what you're saying?
No,
You know
that's with the
anybody out there
signs
you-
included,
I can probably get a
You can
light.
cough one out of
I
it.
can probably get you a light.
okay?
But that's not included, the money's not included in the light, right?
The 550 is including the signs and the light.
Okay. So if you take away the light, say I can get you a light,
Roughly 150 for signs. We have to go through the city's Amazon account.
okay,
That sounds good.
that's what I'm after.
So you can get a light?
I'll get you a light.
Okay. So 150 is what I'm asking for, now that I'm on camera.
I make a motion to do.
Thank you.
Motion second.
Second.
Second. Money, let's go roll call.
Short,
Yes.
Gunter,
Yes.
Gill,
Yes.
Milligan,
Yes.
Gone.
Yes. Is that all?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Pardon me?
Yes.
I hear a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor say aye.
Ah.